Hi guys, what is up and welcome to an October update. I'll just show you in here quickly. This is what's going to be in the bakery. It's our tiles for the bathroom walls, some spare floor tiles, and we've got all the adhesive stuff, chicken feed, wheat, shavings, all that kind of stuff, and the treadmill. So once the bakery's done, I'm looking forward to getting this to the old kitchen all completely renovated. I don't know if I've showed you this one yet before, but yeah, this is one of the kitchens. So I'm looking forward to having this all back to being used again. Starting off in the courtyard, just because I'm trying to time it with the weather at the moment. I realised on the last update I did, which was September, it was a little shaky, the camera. So I'm going to try and keep it a bit more still this time. So here is the update with the bakery. It looks really yellow in here for some reason. I don't know why. So the flooring's all in now, and it looks really smart. The grout's in. The decorators haven't been yet, which is why it's obviously not painted. And this is the kitchen, which we're redoing. I'm going to probably put some kind of quartz marble work surface on top of that, and then have a Butler or a Belfast sink here, and then have it all behind cabinets there. I'm not sure which colour yet. Maybe like a forest green or a navy, something like that, or a burgundy. And then cabinet down there for washing up liquid and all that kind of stuff. And maybe a little bin. And then a washing machine tumble dryer in the middle bit. And then a fridge sort of unit with a little freezer in there. And then up top, I guess, on the wall, because we don't have much space because of this radiator, I'm going to take that out, I guess. I'll put something for plates and cutlery and glasses and stuff like that. Up top, I'm still in two minds about whether or not to get this sandblasted off and have it as the original wood colour. I don't know if the previous owners painted over that because they thought it looked nice, or if because the wood just doesn't look good. I'm not sure. The oak stable door is obviously in place, but there are some problems with it. So I'm trying to get the building company to put a new door on, a new frame. So like the drop bolt here at the top, that's bugging me that it's not the centre and it's wonky. And then the door handle should really be on the top door. And actually I'll show you, I'll go here. And then the latch where it hooks onto should be on the top door, so you can have the bottom door locked still and then the top door swung open and on the latch, but they've done it on the bottom one for some reason, put the door on the bottom one. And I don't really want to have a bunch of open, you can see the light a bit better there, see the floor. Yeah, I didn't really want to have a load of holes in an outside door because water's going to go in it and then it's going to rot it. The curtains, I haven't got around to that yet, but I'm going to take those off and take the blinds off. Maybe put some floor to ceiling ones down. And I was thinking of putting wooden blinds up there. I think like shutters, I think that'd look a lot nicer. The sockets are all on now and the skirting boards are, underfloor heating's in, and that looks really smart and it works and it's nice and warm, which is good. New fuse box obviously installed. And then in here, we've got new light, which you can change it to warm light and different intensities too, which is cool. But for some reason it keeps resetting to bright white, so I need to look into that. And down here, the plasterers went over a water stopcock. So we're gonna put a service hatch secret tile space in there next to the toilet. And then I'm going to take that out because that's just a dead switch and get that replastered in. Sink's going to be here on like an oak stand unit with an oak mirror above it. The floorboard all up in the loft's all been redone now, and the old water tank has been taken out, so that's looking really smart, but I guess you can't see in there. So that's waiting for the new hatch and it's had the new architrave on. Doors obviously in place now since the last one. And then I'm just waiting for this floor tiles to be done. Obviously a shaving unit there. And the wall tiles to be put in, and it's got a new extractor fan up there too. So the tiler is coming back, I think on the 17th of November. I've got the decorators in to fix the holes and neaten up all the sockets and paint the whole thing. I think on the 24th of November I've got the plumber coming in to put all the bathroom bits in, the sinks, the toilets, and all the bathroom areas. So really, what I need to look into next is looking into the kitchen. I've got a guy for that, but I just need to look into the kitchen to decide what I want for there and what kind of units and all that kind of stuff. Then obviously out from the courtyard door, we've got the hot tub with the oak barrel, which is a great little, I mean it fills up with water, which isn't ideal, I need to do something with that. But that's a great little place for you to put drinks or music stereos and stuff like that, or an iPad to watch films when you're in the hot tub. And then the bay tree needs to get a little trim, make sure it's nice, and you've got a nice outside little eating area with a big umbrella that comes over. And that's the new boiler that's been put on, fitted and installed. It's a combi boiler. So all in all, it's starting to finally make some progression. I think it should be finished about November time. And the kitchen, I'm guessing, is probably going to be hard to get people over December with Christmas, but maybe January time. And then I'm hoping sort of mid to late January get it onto Airbnb, which will be fun. So over here, I'll try and keep it still this time. This is the main, well, the rear driveway. I think that's quince or medlar, that tree, I'm not sure, but that needs to get pruned. This pear tree needs to get pruned, and these two apple trees need to get pruned. The roses have been cut back now, the hammock's been put away for winter. Holly bushes have been cut. I just obviously need to get the bay done next. We've got the pumpkins out for October, which are looking really nice and festive. And then I've taken out now all the tomatoes. This is all cleared in. I've got a few wonky basil trees, bushes in there, and my roses. And blueberries are in there for winter to keep protected. We're taking down the greenhouse at the back, put that away for winter. What else we got? So I think you'll notice from the September video, the horse chestnut now has lost nearly all its leaves. Pheasants flying over. Yeah, so the horse chestnut's lost all its leaves now. The apple trees, you can see there's two of them in there. I didn't realise that when I first moved here. I thought there was one, but as we cut away all the weeds and stuff and the iron cage, you can see there's multiple. The rhubarbs, we haven't done it just yet, but we're going to split those soon, coming into winter, just to free them up a bit more. But we've added quite a lot. We've probably increased that bed by at least twice as big since we moved here. And then the apples are still on the tree. They don't taste so nice anymore. These ones are kind of flowery now, and the ones over there are really tarts, but yeah, not great. The raspberries, I'm going to do the same as I think I said maybe a couple of videos ago. Normally I cut them all down to about knee height, but this year I'm going to keep them longer. I guess they're different varieties there because they're still green, those ones. When they die back, you can fill them and you can just snap the top of them off. So when spring comes around, they don't have to shoot up 2 or 3 foot before they start producing raspberries. So this is our courgette bed. This is empty. I need to fill it up for winter. Over winter, and then get that ready. I'm not sure what we'll plant in there this year. Another apple tree and our plum tree. And I haven't taken out the runner beans yet. I've removed the runner beans, but I just haven't sorted out the actual bed yet. And these are strawberries, they've just gone crazy. I need to look into the best way of maintaining strawberries. It seems that when I plant them, they just grow everywhere with runners, and I don't get too much fruit off them. I can hear Rudolph coming. Hello. So yeah, I need to do something to maintain those strawberries. Fig tree, all the leaves off here, all died off. And our pumpkins have been removed for decoration now, and the green gage tree is also absolutely leafless now. Same with, I should do a quick walk around. Same with this pear tree. A couple more pears loosely on this. But yeah, just you can see that. Absolute mush. I haven't had anything in the honesty box for a while actually, because we haven't got any more vegetables. Everything's been harvested and chickens are starting to lay a lot less eggs now because of the box changing and getting darker. But look at the colour of this, beautiful. Lovely, lovely apples. You know what I always say? I always say I'm not going to film my videos at rush hour. And for some reason, I always do. There's our Christmas tree over there. Asian pear tree is no longer purple, like I think it was in the last video, but it's this beautiful sort of orange. And it looks so good with the hornbeam. So the hornbeam works really nice red orangey colour, but they just seem to have died down in the last week. They're only orange and yellow for about, I don't know, maybe a week or two, and now they're sort of crisping up and dying off a bit. But it's amazing how quickly these are grown. Since when we put them in, they were only probably about knee height, and they've just grown so well. That's our cherry tree. Yeah, the colours of this are just lovely. I love autumn, as you can probably tell. It's my favourite season by far. Anyway, I'll take you down to the compost area because I had the gardener who sometimes helps out, probably once a quarter or something. Really handy guy for cutting hedges back and chainsawing stuff and moving things, especially with having Violet. We just can't, Jess and I can't get as much time to do gardening as we did before. But yeah, this area, I'll probably put a picture up of it before. This was all so high, it was like the size of a double-decker bus, or just trees and bushes and hedges and all that kind of stuff. But that's all been cleared. Yeah, you can see how nice it looks there. I'm looking forward to these hornbeam, by the way. I know I'm getting distracted. Originally when we looked at moving here, we're going to put a brick wall down this bit, but it's not very social, and also brick walls echo, so if you smash along in a car or a motorbike, it's going to echo and be so much louder, but the trees and the bushes will absorb it a bit more. But the plan for it is that the hornbeam will block the view of the cars and some of the sound, and then the 3 trees that we put in, as well as the Asian pear tree, will block the tractors and the lorries and stuff like that, as well as giving us fruit. I guess Jess is trying to get Violet nice and tired now for a nap. So yeah, we had a farmer come along in a 14-ton tipping trailer, and he cleared all of this out through the side gate, which has been ideal. I've still got loads of wood to cut. I need to do that. I need to tidy up this area. Another friend of mine who's a farmer is coming to collect these concrete slabs that were originally under the rhubarb. That's why they weren't growing very high at all. And then I realised that the soil was probably only 4 or 6 inches deep because of these slabs underneath. So I moved them from the rhubarb bed over there to here, and I haven't had any reasons or anything to do with them. So another farm of mine is going to pick them up. Same with these 2 water butts, which I just don't need. The water butts fill up so quickly for me. I mean, they're probably okay if you've got a tiny shed or you've got a small greenhouse, but the IBC tanks are so much better because they're about 5 or 6 times the size. And then this obviously was where the bins were. And over here, I put some slabs down for now because this is where I'm going to put the beehives. So now that I've cleared the space out, I need to go through again, cut back this dead ivy, weed kill it a bit more. I can definitely hear a mouse down there. Yeah, there's a mouse somewhere around here. So then I'm going to cut back the... needs it all up basically. Put a picket fence around for now. And then put the beehives. I'm going to start with 1 but get 2 eventually. Put them up here. And then lock it off so they can't get disturbed. But yeah, this is a huge space. This whole area probably isn't too dissimilar from the size of our old garden. So yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's definitely mice in there. I know they're living in the compost bins over there, because when I was emptying them out the other day, I saw loads of tiny little baby ones about this big running around. But yeah, plan is put the bees here, put a nice little fence around it, and have that locked off, and then still keep this as a somewhat garden storage waste area. But there must be something nicer I can do with it, and then hopefully at some point start clearing up all this stuff. That's a really nice circular patio. It's a 3-meter one that I'm going to put under the sundial over here. And then we'll probably have to look at doing the rendering. That's another point actually. Everyone I've spoken to who's into older properties, they say you really want to keep it as brick and fix the broken bricks and repoint it with lime water, because that helps the house breathe. And these 2 columns are quite unusual because that's a stone column and that's another stone column. But basically if you use I think it's a DOF machine, it's like a high pressure steam machine, and it gets rid of all this render and yellowy material on it, and then repoint it all, and that'll help the house breathe. And it tells a history about it, which is nice too. So you can see where the extension is up there, because it used to be a building like this, and then they knocked out, and then it went up and then out like that. Lots of extensions. But to do it with repointing it and to do the brickwork on it is going to cost over twice as much. So for rendering it with lime render, I think it was about 10 grand, and to do it with bricks and lime pointing, it was going to be about 25, which is a huge amount, a boring amount too. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet, because surely if I do lime render it can still breathe and it will last a long time. You've got the upkeep of painting it, but is it that bad? I don't know. I think we'll probably head towards lime render, but I don't know if I'd regret it. And down the front, on the front gates, taking out some more bushes, putting the flower beds now either side. I don't know if you can see. One there, and the other one over here. What we're going to do here is I'm going to put a bunch of super Annabelles, white hydrangeas, to really give it some nice big colour as you come in, and also cover up all this ivy and bits and bobs here. Again, this is another wasted space. I don't know what to do with it. But yeah, I'm gonna eventually clear it out at some point. And then this way, that's our cherry tree there, which again, beautiful colour. and that's the neighbours. So we get the focus. Weeping Beech, which is by far my favourite tree. It's such a nice colour. And then, yeah, all the hedges have been neatened up here. They've all been cut back. It looks kind of stormy up there. The roses all been pruned back. Got a little autumnal wreath on the front door. Roses have been pruned back. Rose garden's been pruned back. The rest of the fig tree has been taken out mostly. I'm doing it in stages, but you can see how huge that trunk is. But these are so hard to get rid of. It's going to require a lot of hand sawing, I think, as well. But the plan is to put a new bed in going around here, probably a continuous rose bed, and then knock through the brick wall and put the well coming out this way. Another thing on my list of things to do is to change this downpipe. Be a quick and easy job. I don't know why, they kept it up when I painted it, and it's just covered in paint and it looks awful. And also, why wouldn't you take the stickers off drain pipes? I mean, why wouldn't you use black cast iron ones? They'd look a lot better and more in keeping with the age of the house. But why not just take the stickers off too? But yeah, these windows need to get stripped back, repainted, and then I need to repaint this wall, get that done. And same with this downpipe up here. Again, a quick job. There's got like splashes of cement or something up it from something or other. So I changed that. And then back here we've got one holly bush here. But I thought it'd be really nice. We did have another bush there. I think it was honeysuckle, but it was dead and looked awful. So I'm looking at getting another holly bush like that, but on the other side, just so it's symmetrical. I think that would look nice. Another thing I'm looking at doing probably in the next year or two is this is quite a small oil tank and it's just for this bakery unit, but we've also got the one in the courtyard. So I was thinking maybe of taking this one out because they're both single skin, turning it the other way and then putting a big sort of 2,500 litre oil tank across. And then this is going to be the garden bit for the bakery Airbnb. So I'm going to put some kind of like wicker wooden things to cover off and give it a bit more privacy from that gate. Also, I still need access for the fuel tanks. Neaten up the wood storage, probably relocate this storage unit, and then put some nice seating areas or something like this out here, and maybe even fence it off again this way so you've got a nice little courtyard to have some privacy in. At some point I need to change both of these sheds. Do I? Or maybe just take them out. They're completely gone. You can see up the top there's holes in it and all sorts. Maybe once the garage unit is built, then I can put whatever's in there back on the other one. Skip's getting pretty full now, so hopefully it won't be too long before I can get that removed. And then the garage is making lots of progress, so hoping to share something with you with that in the next couple of months once it's locked in. And I'll take out this old tree stump too. And then lastly we've got the vegetable garden, which I need to do some weed killing along here. We're taking out these front flowers now. Rudolph's broken this gate, so I need to refix that. He's realised if you can just run into it fast enough it opens, which isn't ideal. Started putting in our own homemade compost now to fill this up, and that's what I'll be doing over the next few months. Still got beetroot in there, which are huge, which I just never got around to harvesting because we planted too much. But the chickens are enjoying that. This bed was our main crop potato and I was really looking forward to it, but the whole thing got blight. Not one good potato was in there. I think what happened was, learning curve for next time, I should have picked these earlier. I left it too late, and then we had a week of really bad thunderstorms, really heavy rain, and then it got a lot hotter outside, and I didn't realise that with raised beds they're actually a lot hotter than if you just planted them in the ground. So I think they just basically got really humid and damp, and it ruined the whole potatoes. So I need to go through that at some point when the garden waste bins are next empty and clear it all through. This bed's empty. This is my strawberry bed, another one I need to learn about how to clear up and neaten up. And then the dahlias, I think this year we're going to try and, instead of taking them out and putting them in the shed, we're going to try and cut them down nice and low, and then put a load of straw and hay and stuff on that, and cardboard to keep them nice and warm. And now the bed here, that was our potatoes, so we're filling up with our homemade compost, getting quite nice and full here. And then this has just got cutting flowers left in it. That's the boys from the RAF coming to have a look at my wonderful vegetable garden from the sky. The guy on the bottom isn't really in formation too well, is he? And then the chickens. So we had problems with Amber on the left. She was getting attacked by the others. Mainly this one, Beatrice, who's sitting up there on the ladder. I don't know if you can see. Can't see it. We put Beatrice in the cage for about a week, and since coming out she's been fine, and they've been good with her for about a month, I think now. So yeah, they're all getting on well. I need to give them some more enrichment stuff and things to keep them a bit more busy and comfortable. These two IBC tanks completely full up now. They filled up pretty quick. 2,000 litres of water there. I'm gonna have to drain them out or do something with them, because there's no way they're gonna not fill up over winter. And then some more log storage down here, and our compost is working its way through. Getting there. So yeah, that's basically it for October. It seems like November there's going to be a lot of progress with the bakery and the renovation on that. I think it should be done by November really, or end of November, and then probably look at doing the kitchen on that in December and January, hopefully, then get listed on Airbnb in January. I'm hoping there should be some updates on the garage block by December or January, and then a few more projects I'm working on are all coming together over that next sort of 3 months. I think I probably said in the last video, but I've been juggling probably like 5 or 6 huge, really big projects at the moment, big ones, and I probably shouldn't have done them all at the same time. I probably took a bit off more than I can chew, but they all seem to be coming to the end now, so probably about 90% of the way there, and then I can have some time for relaxing or starting the next project. Probably starting the next project, I guess. I get bored if I don't do stuff. So yeah, that's all for now for October, and then I'll come back in 4 or 5 weeks and give you an update for November and see how things have changed. And then before you know it, it's going to be Christmas, and then obviously January's going to fly by with everyone making New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. And then before you know it, it's going to be spring, and the whole thing's going to start all over again. Yeah, a lot to do. Anyway, nice chatting, and I'll try and get some more videos up. I have been filming them, I just haven't got around to editing them and uploading them. But yeah, I've got quite a few more little ones to do, and if you got any questions or you got anything you want to see more of, then just drop me a line below and I'll film more of that. chickens! You missed some, Rudolph.